Hello, and welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, notification bell, tell a friend. On the docket today, we have MILF Manor, Season 1, Episode 8. I Ain't Your MILF. Okay, it's decision day in this episode, y'all. This has turned into the ultimate game show. I like it. I like it. All right, so we're back at the
Good.
villa,
Mhm.
and the moms get the text, and I guess the boys too, asking
Right.
them to make their matches, and I guess they have to reply back to the text who they're choosing um to for their match.
Mhm.
And basically they're also advised that if they don't pick each other correctly, that they go hasta la bye bye from the the villa in La Paz.
Mhm.
So, what we gonna do? Hey, Black Lavender. Hey, Susan. Oh my God, this show has been the treat for the past 2 months. Yay, TLC. This
But
was
this was a.
perfect.
But like last week when we did our what we thought was going to happen,
Mhm.
and it was the perfect setup to this week. Production did a
Mhm.
great job with ending with what was going to happen. We
Mhm.
coming into this like with going through the texting back and forth and people trying to figure out who they're going to be with, and it, I'll put it this way: it pretty much played out the way we thought it would, but we're going to get to that. But the way everything played out once people left was quite interesting.
You mean with the new the new attendees?
And the new side characters, and then I didn't expect the new side characters to have such an effect on the cast the way they did because they got them questioning themselves now.
Well, they were questioning themselves before this, but they were just in there for a check. But did y'all think that this was going to be this easy? They've been coasting up until now, especially Joey.
But we
Joey
should have
playing that long
known
game.
once they brought those plants in. Okay,
Mhm.
once they got rid of the boring ones,
Mhm.
Jimmy and the other Shannon or whatever the child's
Mhm.
name was, whatever her name was, and then oh no, the other April it was the other April. See, that's just how I don't miss them, right? Okay, y'all booted
Mhm.
them, then y'all strategically brought in a new couple of mother and
Mhm.
son,
Mhm.
knowing they was just filler. Good job, y'all almost got it. They were filler to let
Mhm.
Ryan S have a moment. Let him have a moment. That's cool.
That wasn't for
And now,
Ryaness to have a moment. That was for Charlene to have a moment because she was
yeah,
good at this, but they knew that she had to go because she didn't have a daughter who would come on here and be
mhm.
bait. Did you notice that all the women who went home probably don't have daughters?
I'm trying to think. E- Well, okay. Charlene went home. Lisa went home.
Mhm.
That's it, right? Just
So
those two.
Young,
Okay, so Young went home.
Shannon.
Shannon. Hmm. Yeah, you could be right.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's a good point.
Yep. Now April doesn't have a daughter, but she got the next best thing. Ex-husband that she's still fucking.
But did you catch though? Here was the part that took me out though.
Mhm.
What took me out was the simple fact that she divorced him back in 2003.
Mhm. But she still love him. And
Right?
he feels comfortable enough to pick her up by her ass
Yes.
and at the table doing
Mm-hmm.
like that's y'all code for let's go and bump uglies.
Mm-hmm.
And she knew what he was doing.
Right.
Mm-mm-mm.
And I
He was
loved.
over her.
I'm not gonna front. I loved seeing Kelly though.
Who?
I was waiting for Kelly to show her behind whole behind, but she didn't do it. She didn't
What?
do it
What are you talking about?
because Joy's her son. And
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, on the real, mothers aren't gonna let their kids be disrespected, especially their sons, in front of
Mm-hmm.
them. But
Mm-hmm.
she did not show her behind. I was like, good job. And Joy just sat there. He's like, it, Joy's like, look, I'm still. He's all basically the way Joy was like this. Okay, I made it past this to get my check. Okay, we can deal with this.
Joey doesn't have the life experience in
That
order to
too.
handle a situation like that. He saw it for what
Fair.
it was, but the
Right.
alpha has sat down at the table, so he assumed his role as a child.
Hmm.
And he's accustomed to men like that coming to sit at his table with what Kelly be bringing home with all of they different daddies.
Shut up. But yeah,
I'm just she who was it who said, "Why would I have 6 kids for one guy?"
that was Kelly.
Exactly. So he knows exactly how to handle that situation. You just sit there and you say nothing. And then you go and hit up Paula's daughter later cuz she want to talk to you.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's go through this. All right, so I cannot believe that Shannon and So Young actually thought that they had a chance with Jose, especially Shannon, who saw them sneak out and didn't come back till the next morning. Like, what did you think? Hello, okay. But anyway, let's get to the eliminations. Oh wait, let's get to these eliminations, but I do have to add in one thing. So they all submit, you know, who they're picking as their matches. Then they go down to the hold on. They go down to like the beach and they line up facing each other and they get text messages. And of course, first up was hold on. Oh wait, what did you think about did you have any opinions on any of like the mom son conversations that they were having?
Not really. To
Not
be honest, they
really.
were no like nothing really stood out that I can remember. I mean, they were just being supportive of each other. Whoever they chose, it was fine, whatever. Except for Paula. Um, Basically, she was telling Jose, "You're going to need to pick Shannon, or you're gonna have problems." But as we know, he just didn't do that.
He went with his
He
PP.
he decided that he was gonna be a man, and you know,
I wonder
go
if
with what
it's
he wanted.
CP that. Hmm. But anywho, how long does it take for an STD to develop visible signs?
72
Let's hope
hours.
he wrapped it up. Anyhow, I did think he had a point with his with when he was talking with his mom. He was like, it's important for my family to accept who I'm with because it just leads to peace.
Right. That's all he cared about.
Uh-huh.
But you
Okay.
chose Kelly. Okay.
Yeah, it makes no sense. So they all line up down by the beach and they have their little face off or whatever. I just love the location of this place. It's just so pretty. So first one up, oh god. Gabriel gets the first text and him and Stephanie have selected each other so they get to stay. Yay! Next up, Paula gets the text, and this is where she calls both of the boys forward, and she's really having a hard time with this decision. I really don't know why, but she chooses Ryan. and Jimmy is crushed. And this is what we get: Jimmy fake crying, Jose fake crying, and Gabriel going, "Why the fuck am I touching this illegal immigrant?" I could not believe that they were showing this. Really? What? Why is Gabriel on this show? Does he like girls?
Mm-hmm. He's a rock star.
Well, you know what? I get the impression that he's fluid. That's what
I
I
can see that.
feel. I get the impression he's fluid. But do I think that he likes Stephanie? No. I don't see any chemistry between them. I felt there was more
No.
chemistry or energy when he was battling Ryan for her. I felt like there was energy between him and Ryan, but not energy between him and her.
Right.
But anyway, Paula, she picks Ryan. Jimmy's going home. Charlene gets a text. She chose Ryan S, but he did not choose her. Who did he choose? Why didn't they tell us? Did I miss
Right.
that?
No,
Who?
I was looking for who Ryan S chose too.
But you had to choose somebody, right?
Right.
And even in his confessional, he gave nothing away. He just said that he didn't have a connection with Charlene. Well, if you
Right.
didn't play the guide to all of the flora and fauna in Mexico,
But you know what they said? But you know what? Remember, they in the quote unquote challenge, they said if you pick someone and they don't pick you, or you pick no one, you go home.
they said you had the option to pick no one,
Yes.
but he said that he didn't establish a connection with her.
Right.
So to me, that meant that he selected somebody else.
He had to pick Paula. He had to pick one of the women who was already taken, basically, in order for him to go
Mhm.
home. That's what it was. 'Cause of the
Wow.
women who went home, I couldn't see him with any other one.
Wow.
Or maybe he picked a woman they didn't pick him back.
I
And
think
since
the
they were
reason
already
why Lisa went home because nobody picked her, period.
period.
And nobody
She
picked
was,
So Young.
but see, Lisa was never in the mix anyway, though. To
And
be honest, to
nobody
be
picked
fair.
Shannon.
Mm-mm.
Ciao. Okay, so next up, Joey gets a text. And him and April chose each other. Now, this is what I was telling you before. Joey's the smartest out of all of these boys because Joey came in as the youngest and targeted the oldest woman there.
Mm-hmm.
He flattered her. He said, "Oh, you're making me blush," which is a regular line for him because he uses it on Emma. And he got her to pick him so that he can carry on and collect a check. So good for you, Joey. Um, hmm. Gabriel's comments after the selection were quite interesting. Um, Gabriel's wondering how a kid can cater to his mom's needs. Shouldn't you have been telling your mom that from the beginning, knowing
Well,
about her libido? Okay, y'all here for a check. Okay, so Jose gets the next text, and it says that Kelly, Shannon, and So Young all chose him. He chose Kelly. Why was Shannon pretending that she was crying over Jose? And why did
right?
So Young start crying over Jose? Paula had to go over and
Exactly.
console her.
Right.
What is going on this show?
Now, if anyone should have been crying, it would have been Polo because Jose decided to do what he wanted to do, or what
Right.
production wanted him to do.
Well, she couldn't believe the decision. She was still riding and dying for Shannon. Oh, God. She basically says that she doesn't see Kelly and Jose outside of the villa. Well, from your mouth to God's ears. Next up, Ryan gets a text. Um, and his text just announces all of the people who didn't make a connection, and they were told to pack their bags and say their goodbyes. Like they are hustling these people out. Oh my god. I guess they had a flight to catch. I don't know. Um Next, we see them come down. Billy is the first to leave. So Young and Jimmy are next. Shannon is next after that with her little Chanel purse. Um, Shannon and Ryan think that they've become better friends because of this
Mm-hmm.
experiment. Good on you. Next we see Charlene leave, but it looked awkward. Why was she trying to fist bump people when they knew that the producers told them to do a group hug?
Right.
Awkward. Um, all right, so next we see the remaining couples going to a local eatery for lunch. And this is when our special guests make their appearances. Now, each couple is at their own table. And the first special guest we see is
It's McKenna.
Kelly's daughter. But we knew it was her because Kelly said that she wanted it to be her daughter. And she
Right.
started tearing up. And then Joey sees her first and she goes straight to Kelly's table. And McKenna's nickname is Disco Bunny. So
Mm-hmm.
Disco Mommy and Disco Bunny have been reunited, and oh, does it feel so good. Do these two go out together sledding it
I'm
up?
gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes. They do.
I have never once wanted to party with my mother. Never.
Mm-mm.
Ever.
Mm-mm.
But okay, we gonna go with y'all.
See, this makes me
So
wonder. I'm gonna put this
mhm,
out there. Like
mhm.
Joy said, they're so similar. They're carbon cutouts. I wonder if they've ever slept with the same man. And there, I asked it.
She alludes to that at the end when she's talking to Jose.
Okay.
But I got a feeling that the father wanted to double dip at the same time, bag two of them. Wait, did I say the father? No, I mean the guy, whoever the
The
guy
guy.
was. Yeah. Anywho, so McKenna, she's Kelly's oldest daughter.
Yes.
Okay. Then next um, we see Stephanie's friend Peace. Um, Stephanie's so happy to see her because she's always supported her and given her great relationship advice throughout her life. She seems very rational and she knows all of the questions and asks all the right questions, and Stephanie just ignores it and dumps it
Mm-hmm.
on God to decide.
But here's the
Um,
thing.
mm-hmm.
I was like, who is Peace? Here's why I asked this. Because Gabriel says, I wonder if it's going to be her sister, her aunt, like Billy's aunt. I'm
Billy's
like,
aunt. That's Billy's aunt. Cause Billy got a black daddy, and that's his auntie. That's
okay.
his daddy's sister. Mm-hmm.
So you thought the same thing I thought.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, it wasn't me.
Nope. And all of this is making me think they know exactly who's coming.
Right.
But okay, we digress. Um, so they sit down, they're good. Next up, Paula's daughter Emma shows up. They have a great reunion. Like she's really close. Paula's really close with her kids. You can't
Mm-hmm.
lie about that. And it seems like they really like, not that they really like her, but they have a mature relationship with her now. And what Emma says, later on, I 100% agree with. But next up, April's ex husband Billy arrives. And this is where the show just slipped down into the sewer. He actually picks her up and takes her out of the restaurant and flashes her crotch to the to production in the interim. Um, what? She says that she met him. He's younger than her. She met him on a film set. He admitted that he was 17 when he met her. He came in her trailer. She was engaged at the time. He heard about that. He took the ring off of her finger, and it was off to the races after that. Wow, so you really loved your fiance, that a
Right.
17-year-old could come into your space, take off your property, and take you away from the arms of your fiance. That was a stable relationship. Okay, next. Um, Joey. This man walks off with the love of your life, April, and you just sit there continuing to eat your food.
Right. Eat your food. Here.
Like he really starts to tuck into his lunch. Oh my god. Um we go back to Paula's table, and Emma starts asking questions of Ryan. She asks if he wants children. He said yes one day. Emma says, well, my mom doesn't want any more kids. And he gets out of it. He's got a good slick mouth. He's like, it's not a deal breaker for me. It's not a problem. Emma thinks that this is what I appreciate with Emma. Emma turns to her mom and says, you've raised me and my brother, your kids, to adulthood. Your job is done. You need to focus on you. And whatever makes you happy, we're happy. And I thought that was a really grown and mature statement to make to your mother. But do I think that Emma's here for the mess? Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's here for it. Her and McKenna.
Uh-huh. Then we flip over to Stephanie's table. And Peace wants to know what's going on between Stephanie and Gabriel. Peace says that she and Stephanie have never talked about dating a younger man before. And Stephanie admits that she's never been interested in it before. Then why did you sign up for this show? Okay. So Stephanie says that Gabriel is 23, but he doesn't act like 23. No, because he acts like he's 8.
Mm.
Stephanie says we'll see what God's plan is. And that's in response to Stephanie, like, to Peace asking her, like, seriously, like, do you see a relationship here? And it's still God's plan. Gabriel says some stupidness about they had an initial connection, but he doesn't like to rush on a romantic level because it can ruin everything. And Peace gives him a look like, what? She might have been fooled by this nonsense, but count me out of this bullshit. Then we go over to Kelly and Jose's table, where McKenna jumps in with the first question. How far has the intimacy gone between the two of y'all? And you know what? I give credit to Jose. Kelly wanted to know why was he looking at her and McKenna when McKenna asked that question. That's a private matter between you and Jose. Why are you talking about that with your daughter?
Because it's what they always do.
Yeah, but I was with Jose on this, and he didn't answer it. He didn't answer it because that's none of your business, McKenna. Did I appreciate the question? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked how Jose handled it. I really did. Um, he says, let's see. McKenna asks, um, McKenna asks if he wants kids, and he says yes. Uh, you think Kelly is still like Kelly's not
Right.
spouting out any more
Right.
kids? So
Mm-mm.
Jose, good luck with that. McKenna says that she's excited to get to know him. She does have some reservations as well as a test, but she doesn't elaborate. So, next thing we see Jose and Joey talking because there was some other interludes with Billy and April going on. It was just a whole mess with those two. So, Joey is talking with Jose, and Jose is like, what happened at lunch? That should have never happened with her ex-husband. Like that was disrespectful what he did. And Joey's like, okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one who's thinking this. So McKenna comes out and snatches Jose and says, Can we talk? So they go privately down to one of the lounges and they start talking. And she asked him when did he know he was choosing her mom. Um I thought that was a valid question, but it could have been interpreted differently based upon the context of when you were choosing, because they actually had to choose a person in order to get to this stage. So I was a little
Mm-hmm.
confused. So, whatever. But the part that struck me was she starts asking about like throwing against the wall kind of passion, and is that what kind of passion you have with my mom, because I know that like that's what my mom is into. And you saw how she started touching his hand and his knee, saying that Kelly likes to be tactile. And McKenna says in her confessional that you can respect a woman, but you you can still spank her. Say
Throw
what
her
now?
against the wall. Let her know. Throw her against spank her. Throw her against the wall. Let her know what's up.
So she could call 911 on you? Okay. Um
Right.
then McKenna says if she were to ask him to go on a date, would he? Smart boy, he says no because it's disrespectful to your mom. And then he's like, has that happened before? And she's like, yeah. What kind of men your mom got coming around her kids?
Well.
Jose, back it up, back it up, back it up.
Mm-hmm.
Run from both of these women. They are nothing but trouble. Oh my God. Um, he says, like this, I hate Jose for this. Jose, you went and picked this woman because you had a connection after one night at the hotel, motel, Holiday
Mm-hmm.
Inn. Okay. And now, after this one little sit down with McKenna, you are reevaluating it. You should have been reevaluating it from the time she put her titties on the bar in episode 1. Ew.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't know. I don't know why he tripping. All you gotta do is walk across the street to the next property and find Shannon. Because they just they just across the street. They couldn't send them home and have them spill the beans.
oh my God. But that was a mess. That was a whole mess. Next, we see Joey in the living room looking all lonely because April is with her current husband, uh,
I,
Billy.
I, I wasn't gonna say nothing like that, but Debbie said it, y'all. Earlier, I want to say they allegedly divorced in 2003, but
April is with her fuck buddy, Gabriel Daddy. who she still called daddy, and they are getting reacquainted. Um, and Joey's just lonely. He feels ignored by April. And then Emma comes downstairs and she asks if she could talk to him. So they mosey on out to a little chair and they start talking. And Emmy Emma says that he's very cute and he blushes. And Emma asks, what does he think about her? And he says that he thinks that she's being very genuine and she's a spitting image of her mother. And Emma wants to know um, how serious he is with April. And he says from day one there was something. But, after today, he's questioning that. And Emma then asks him um, if he would be down for a little, hook up. And he's in for it. Hook, line, and sinker because at least Emma want to talk to him. Well, damn. Damn. If all it takes to get Joey is to talk to him, well, my goodness, Joey. You could get it from anybody. I mean, you could go to McDonald's and place an order and they would be down for you. My God. But Joey done gone and found himself a new girlfriend. He's dipping out on April.
I ain't mad.
How much of these relationships are going to last?
0.
Okay, so next week is our finale because the week after that, Brother Husband starts. What are your predictions? Because we see exactly? Like they go back out and it's like a commitment ceremony or something. I don't know.
Oh, for next week?
Yeah.
Oh. So
Silver Goddess says 0.
So what's gonna happen is like April Jane is gonna I have nothing bad to say about you, blah 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 blah. Yeah. Then he'll go here with the bomb April, you real nice and everything, but Emma real cute over here and she talking to me, so I'm gonna go with Emma. That's what's gonna happen. Paula and Ryan, I can see that working out. We definitely know Jose and Kelly not gonna work out. No, no, ma'am.
Do you think Kelly's gonna have another meltdown next week?
She gonna cry a little bit, but I'm not gonna care. Because you being emotional over someone you may have spent a cool hour with, I don't care. Who else is there? Who else is there? Stephanie and Gabriel, we don't care about them either. Don't care about Stephanie.
I didn't even remember them. Oh my God. Okay, so they have to make a decision too.
I mean, y'all are friends barely. Y'all are barely
friends. Girlfriends. They used to pick out each other's clothes or something.
There's no there is no romantic chemistry at all. Y'all just agreed to stay on here for a check.
Yep.
That's all. That's the most obvious one. Y'all just here for a check, and I'm not mad at you, but you could give me something. Even that little drama with Ryan one, even that was kind of dry.
Yeah, because when he stood up there and said to Stephanie, "Yes, Queen," I was like, "Say what now? Huh? Wrong show."
Okay. So yeah, the only one relationship that has any kind of hope is Ryan and Paula.
But even that, I don't believe. You know why I don't believe this? And this is stupid. Whenever he is together with her in any sort of dining situation, it seems forced. She's always going to be second best behind Stephanie. So in my head, Paula is a means to an end to stay on the show to collect a check.
Right, and that being said, and I think I've always said this with Paula. She's very open minded. Like to me, she's the best catch on the show.
Hmm.
She in Miami.
She doesn't need this show.
She's stunning. She has her own business. Like it's like when I look at her, it's like you just don't need to be here. And you could tell she's only there because probably because her son wanted to do the show to get discovered. But ma'am, you are 48, looking mid 30s, and you're in Miami, and your accent is on point,
Mm-hmm.
and you're stunning.
Yeah.
If you wanted young D, there is no shortage of it down there.
For
Just
real.
saying.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I don't even think she's Paula's too grown for that. To be honest,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot tell me there is not any mid 50s to early 60s men in Miami in your DMs on the daily. Did you a nice older gentleman and keep it
Mm.
moving?
She would be good with Dr. Terry
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She would be good with Dr. Terry from Real Housewives of Miami.
Yeah.
Adriana's, purchased boo. But yeah, I it's not believable that she's on this show. It's
Mm-hmm.
not believable that Stephanie's on this show. It wasn't believable that Shannon was on this show. Um, what is believable
The
is
actresses,
Charlene, um,
the LA girls,
April.
the LA
Yes,
girls.
all the LA Confidential. All of them there who's trying to resuscitate their career and get mommy roles, um, came on this show with their loser kids. Just saying. This is a mess. I'm gonna miss this show, Jamal. What are we gonna do?
Hope something good comes
How much
on.
you want to bet brother husband is gonna disappoint us?
I would take that bet. I would say you're right.
We are we are anticipating it too much. We weren't expecting this much from MILF Manor, and we got it. And then they're gonna put on brother husbands, and I just feel like the highlight of that show is that dude with the sweaty armpits looking at his wife going down on some other dude. Ugh, God. Anyhow, is there anything else that happened in this episode?
I don't think so.
All right, y'all. That was it. MILF Manor, season 1, episode 8. I ain't your MILF. Leave us some comments. Let us know what you think. Are y'all looking forward to the finale of this? Do y'all want to see a season 2 of this? Do y'all want to see DILF Manor? Oh my God. I can't. Wait, what's this? Jamal, what's this mean? T for tipsy? Do we know what that means? You're smarter
I
than me,
don't.
Jamal. Oh, okay. Oh, two for today. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yes, two for today. Tomorrow, join us again. We're gonna do Real Housewives of Miami season 5 reunion part duh. Um, part 2. Hopefully it's good. I haven't watched it yet. Have you, Jamal?
What Miami?
Yeah.
No, haven't watched it yet. I've been keeping up on Twitter though.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Well, guys, join us tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate it. Jamal, any final thoughts?
No, we are all set.
Awesome sauce. I just want to just leave you with this last thing, everybody's crying. I'm sure that next week once the show is gone, we will be just like Jose, crying as well. All right, Jamal, until next time.
Yep.
Bye.